In July 2025, astronomers made a discovery that defied all natural explanations: 3I/Atlas, an interstellar object approaching our solar system at an impossible speed. At first, it seemed like just another deep space visitor. But when the James Webb Space Telescope detected a pulsing light from its core, everything changed. The brightness was 3 times stronger than expected, with no comet tail, no shimmer, something completely unknown. And the surprises didn't stop there. The object's rotation was steady, almost mechanical. Then came the game changer: scientists detected a thermal heartbeat, like a pulse, repeating every few hours. And, to make matters even stranger, radio signals appeared that didn't match anything known in nature. Could 3I/Atlas be a man-made artifact, not a natural phenomenon? Or is there something even more mysterious at play? By August 6, 2025, the discovery deepened. The Webb's infrared data revealed that the object's core wasn't a diffuse mist but a compact source, bright enough to outshine the surrounding dust. A clear heat signature, with no errors. What are we really seeing? And what is 3I/Atlas trying to tell us? To follow this incredible journey and not miss any shocking revelations, subscribe to the channel now. The answers that could change everything we know about the universe are just around the corner. In July 2025, one of the most fascinating and inexplicable discoveries of modern astronomy began to unfold. Senior instrument scientist, Dr. Lena Marovich, was leading an elite team who had just double-checked the calibration records of the telescopes. What followed was a real puzzle that scientists are still trying to solve. What stood out about this object, initially classified as 3II/Atlas, was not its origin or composition, but the intensity of its brightness, which was 3 times higher than expected for an object of its size and distance. That alone was impressive. But there was something even more puzzling: the object had no tail, no flickering. The glow was constant, like a steady lighthouse, with no variation whatsoever. A constant in the vast void of space. The team, astonished, asked themselves, what could be causing this phenomenon? Initially, they thought it might be some gas release. Maybe a comet. But as they began to investigate more thoroughly, they started to realize that something didn't make sense. The heat wasn't coming from the surface, as expected, but from inside the object. Whatever was generating this heat seemed to come from something within, as if the object itself was a machine, pulsating from the inside out. The checks started to intensify. Data from Hubble and the TEE indicated that the object had already been shining long before sunlight could trigger any normal comet activity. As if this wasn't enough to intrigue the team further, more puzzling details began to emerge. The glow was completely stable. No peaks, no drops, nothing resembling the behavior of known comets, which glow and disappear as their ice crusts break off. But the mystery didn't end there. What was even more intriguing was how the central glow seemed to pulse. Every 4 hours, its intensity would increase and decrease, like a heartbeat, in a mechanical and unmistakable rhythm. It was as if the object was breathing, or rather, pulsing, in a regular pattern, with no random fluctuation. This suggested something highly sophisticated, something designed. In search of deeper answers, the infrared analysts began examining the temporal series of heat emanating from the Atlas core. What they discovered was even more puzzling: the rhythm of the glow seemed to adjust to the solar wind. Could this be possible? An object so distant, responding so precisely to changes in the surrounding space? Something wasn't right. In California, the radio observatories began investigating the 3II/Atlas's behavior. What they found was a radio signal, repeating with mathematical precision every 4 hours. With each new signal, more questions arose. It was clear, this was not an ordinary comet. It was communicating, or at least emitting a signal that seemed far more intentional than any random cosmic phenomenon. As tension built, even more surprising events took over the research. On August 18, 2025, the 3II/Atlas gave off a sudden flash, almost like a burst of light. For an hour, the object shone intensely, more than any telescope could capture. When the glow diminished, the baseline was reset, but at a higher level. Not only had the brightness increased, but its trajectory changed, deviating from its predicted orbit. This was not the behavior of a comet. Comets don't alter their trajectories so deliberately. Something was orchestrating that movement. And the big question in the air, who or what was behind it? Analysis of the material collected by various telescopes revealed something even more puzzling. The spectroscopic data showed that the 32/Atlas contained rare metallic elements, theoretical quantum materials, never before seen in nature. They resembled metallic alloys that could only be produced by advanced manufacturing processes, as if made by human hands, or perhaps, something far beyond. And then, the great moment of revelation, the research team decided to transmit a mathematical signal, a simple but universal code. The response came in seconds. But what they received in return was even more puzzling. A pulse of return, with a repetitive pattern, but with a slight distortion. Something was answering us. Something was, in some way, communicating. Speculation about what 32/Atlas really was began to take on new proportions. Was it a deliberate transmission, or was the object simply the last remnant of a cosmic phenomenon never before seen? And most importantly, who is on the other side of the message? If this story has fascinated you as much as it did us, make sure to hit the like button so others can uncover this story alongside you. Who knows what more we'll discover? The countdown is almost over. September is approaching, and with it, the great revelation. For all this time, scientists have been keeping their eyes on Atlas III, a mystery that defies everything we thought we knew about the cosmos. Since the James Webb Space Telescope first detected infrared light 3 times brighter than predicted by models, the world of astronomy has never been the same. In the days that followed, enigmatic signals began to appear, a pulsating, centralized heat, a repetitive radio signal echoing from the void of space, and a sudden 40% burst in light intensity. And all of this, right when Atlas III's trajectory began to change. With data confirmed by Hubble, ESA, and TESS, scientists knew they were facing something unique. When spectroscopic analysis revealed rare Earth alloys and absorption lines never before catalogued, one question became clear: what exactly is Atlas III? Now, in September 2025, its closest approach is about to happen. Major observatories